blockchain technology is revolutionizing the way that we own and invest properties. This is where renters can now purchase equity stakes in the very properties they call home. This is a way to get involved in having the benefits of being an owner without having a lot of the actual pain points of owning real estate.
So I discovered this chart back in 2020, and what it is the number of active wallets in crypto versus active IP addresses of the internet. And what we found was that the adoption of a new technology that uses those rails, and it's actually twice the speed of the internet. So if you can get your heads around how big the internet was for all of us, this is happening at twice the speed. It's driven the fastest appreciating asset of all time. We've literally never been given an asset like this with an adoption like this. And going forwards, if we just assume that the rate of growth just matches that of the internet from here until the end of 2025, we end up with 1 billion users. And if we extrapolate that out to 2030, we get to 4 billion users. So basically, this is a pervasive technology that's going to take over all of our lives in ways we don't really understand. It's not just going to be about investing in cryptocurrencies. It's just going to be the underlying rails of transactions.
Imagine a world where real estate investing is no longer limited by geography or financial barriers. This is where blockchain technology is revolutionizing the way that we own and invest properties. I kind of dove into this, and the first one that kind of came to mind, which was the St. Regis Aspen Resort. And that turned into, Aspen Coin, and, it was sold out in 18 hours. The second one that I saw was like student housing for properties. So companies like Indigo have tokenized student housing properties near universities, fractional ownership, and potential rental yields. So Realty has tokenized over 350 single-family rental homes across the United States. Red Swan, they were looking for office buildings, and they were going to, give investors exposure to those asset classes. So some companies are tokenizing entire real estate funds, such as, Liquid Realty Partners tokenizing a $25 million multi-home real estate fund. Home-based, this platform allows renters to purchase equity stakes in property, and they are renting through tokenizations. This is where renters can now purchase equity stakes in the very properties they call home, starting to blur the lines between tenant and owner. So the last one on this list that I wanted to bring up, which is fractional. The reason why I'm doing this is because we more recently started to get involved with fractional. Let me give you my pitch on why you guys would be interested in this. If you are interested in real estate and you're trying to diversify your portfolio outside of crypto, that's a really good way of doing that, especially if you're looking for passive income as your crypto grows. You can see right here, and this is just the start of what we're attempting to do, is build this as a community. So like-minded peers from the crypto community coming into here. We've done real estate before, like in the past, before we even did the crypto channel. The issue that's always come up is kind of the logistical things that are always a nightmare. Okay, there's 3 of us. We want to buy real estate properties, and then we want to rent them out. Who's going to put up the money? How are we going to start an LLC? Who's going to do the governance, right? Who's doing what, and when are you doing it? What is the ownership, property management, property upkeep, meaning are we going to reinvest the funds? Are we going to go to another project? So those things were always somewhat of a pain in the ass, and this kind of, removes those pain points. And what you get out of that is kind of ownership, but then the conversation you still get to be a part of. So making these bigger decisions, you still get to be a part of. So you could start with saying, look, let's start with this one property. And it's almost like crowdfunding, like you would on Kickstarter. It's exactly like that. Here's a project. We need $500,000. Okay, minimum investment is $5,000. Anybody who's interested, this is the percentage that you get, for every $5,000. And here's the returns that we're thinking we're going to see over the next, year and a half after the project gets funded. This is a way to get involved in having the benefits of being an owner without having a lot of the actual pain points of owning real estate. What I am doing now is doing more of the due diligence on the side of which communities have been successful and looking into case studies, which we've gathered a lot of, and we're going to be showcasing here. But for now, all you need to know is that we've started a community, and if you're interested right now, it's just conversation. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for information and input, and we talk about real estate as an investment, similar to what we do here on The Savvy.